You may be like me, and in the beginning you thought, how can it be? How can you live with EV as your main commuter car? So now I have a road trip today, 2 days in a row, to Warrington, and it is about 90 miles away from where I live, and it will be 2 days trip. So in the morning I'm leaving from my home, I'm going to the site where I have to go for the training, and I will spend all the day over there for the training, and I will get back home. And it's so 90 miles one way, so 180 miles return trip. So let's see how EV can be your main commuter car, and let's see how it will hold. Currently I have about 80% of the battery, not that visible, so it's been charging complete, it's been charging all night. So let's see how EV let's see how EV can be your main commuter car, and what it is when you have to drive about, let's say, 90 miles one way, and how does it hold. Currently battery is, as mentioned, battery is about 80%, charging complete all night, and let's see how it goes. My name is Simonas, and welcome to my channel. So SatNav shows that I will be there in 1 hour 41 minutes. It's 49% on arrival, roughly, and it's 76 miles, more or less. Currently I have 80%. So yeah, arriving with 49%, about 50%, let's say. So we're talking about 30% battery consumption over there. Let's see how it goes, huh? Should be easy. So initially, when I left home, it was showing that I should arrive to my destination with about 49, maybe 50% of a battery, and yeah, so that was a plan according to SatNav. And now I'm still driving, so I'm still on a motorway, doing just a little bit, about 74 on the speedometer. It's actually about 70. So I'm going with a, as you can see, I'm going with a traffic. So I'm going with a flow. I'm not really overtaking anyone. It's exactly the same. And what's interesting, what it shows now, during the trip, it actually auto-adjusted. So you can see I have autopilot on, all is good. So the SatNav actually auto-adjusted itself. Now it shows that I should arrive to my destination with 33%, so which is quite good. And I can look at the graph, at the energy consumption, and you can see that during the driving it actually consumes a little bit less than it estimated itself. So in this particular case, I should be, with 53% at my arrival. So let's see further down the road how it goes, and how I will reach my destination, and we'll see from there. So as you can see now, I'm essentially on the outside lane, driving about 70 miles an hour together with the flow, with all the traffic. One of the things which I mentioned a few times before was that the biggest killer of the range is speed. So if you used to go a little bit above the speed limit, which in UK the speed limit of a motorway is 70 miles an hour, which is probably 110 kilometers an hour. So if you used to go slightly faster, you have to take into account that this will cause some of the range reduction, and it will make you, it will force you to stop a little bit more often than you would like to. But anyway, in this particular case, for me, I'm still doing a motorway, still going with the flow, and I am very comfortable. I have all my essentials, so I have all my air conditioning and the music on, and of course lights are on if required, and there is absolutely no savings and no super hyper mileaging or trying to consume as little as possible. So just driving as I would normally drive any other car, and now my sat nav tells me that I should be at my destination with 53%. So what it means that it's about between 76 and 80 miles, depending how you're going. That distance will be covered with about 26-27% of a battery. So roughly one fourth of a battery. So it's quite good, I would say. And the thing is, the longer trips you have, the more equal the battery consumption becomes. So if you're driving short distances, in that particular case, the short distance will consume much more if you're driving on the long trips. It's something similar if you use the standard ICE or internal combustion engine car. It's if you're driving a couple of miles down the road only, engine is cold, so the fuel consumption is slightly higher compared to the consumption you would have if you travel for a couple of hours straight. So yeah, that's current update. I still got 25 miles left, and let's see where it goes. By the way, I got 25 miles left, and I'm at 61% at the moment. So I used about 19% of a battery, and at least because I'm starting from 80%, so I use that 19% roughly, and I covered about a little bit more than 50 miles. So yeah, easily real life consumption will be, instead of maybe 300, will be about 250-300 miles in that region. So I just arrived now at my destination. It's 8 o'clock, 11 past 8, and I arrived with
55%. So I used exactly 25% of a battery. I departed with 80%. I arrived 75 miles or something like that later with 25% of the battery consumed. So yeah, if we can look at my chart, I actually chose projected consumption, the gray line versus the actual consumption. Looks really good. So driving reduced a little bit of the battery. Anyway, in general, as you can see, 70 plus miles one way, it's 55% at arrival, so 25% used. So what it will be now, the car will have the car now has the overheat protection. So we have a glass roof. So in order just to maintain the temperatures inside of the car during the summer, the car kind of actively cools it once the temperatures reach a certain point. And let's see at the end of the day, after all my trainings are finished, I will be heading home. We'll see what is my battery at the departure, and then we'll see when I will arrive back home.
7 hours later.
So now I'm after my trainings. It's almost 3 o'clock, and I spent full day over there. Car was sitting. Now it's trying to cool off a little bit, and I have 54% of a battery after roughly half a day. So I arrived with 55 and now got 54. I think it's not bad. So what I'm trying to do now, I will put my home address into the navigation, and it gives me that I should arrive at my home with about 25%. So it's 96 miles roughly. So we'll be going there, and let's see how it goes. And once I arrived, so we will know how much is that full commute on a daily basis when you do like 160 plus miles, how much it consumes, and what will be my arrival percentage. Good. Now what we can see that I'm a little bit stuck in a traffic. So when you're in a traffic, you usually drive on much lower speeds. So if you're stuck in a traffic, your power consumption is even lower when you would be driving, full cruising speed or whatever. So sometimes people ask questions, what will happen if you're gonna stuck in a traffic with an electric car? Will it run down the battery? The simple answer is no, and you don't care, because when you're stuck in a traffic, you're using almost no battery at all. So if you're stalling, the traffic is completely stopped, you will use probably 3% or 4% of battery an hour maximum. So that's very straightforward. But yeah, driving in UK is a little bit chaos all the time, especially around Manchester. So yeah, it helps with battery levels and power consumption, and in this regard. And anyway, I have plenty of time, and I'm more than sure that it will be not a single issue at all. So looks like my traffic is finished, and now I'm getting to a cruise speed. At 70 miles an hour, I have my aircon at 21 degrees. No compromises whatsoever for my daily commute, and let's see where I'm gonna go now and what's gonna be our trip. According to the sat nav, there shouldn't be any traffic anymore. Maybe just a little bit after Stafford, but other than that, it should be sailing straight forward to my destination, and most likely I will arrive back home, as planned, with about 24 or something like that battery. So what you can see, the traffic is a little bit heavy all the time, but in general it's been still freely flowing. Average speed is very good. Currently, car tells me I should be back home with roughly 24%, and it's by far, one of the easiest trips. At the same time, it's very hard to explain to people who never tried electric car how it is to drive it. If you watched up to this point, please press like, subscribe button if you like this video. If you don't like this video, press the dislike button. Still press that subscribe button. Leave a comment. I will try to read it and answer. And thank you very much for joining me for this video. Oh, it's been a while. I drove on the V6 stall and paid for that for driving in UK, but yeah, it's all good. So I just returned home, and this is for my quite unusual but still daily commute, let's say. My car currently has 22% of the battery, so I left with 80%. I went to the site where I needed to be with about 55 remaining and another 30% just to get back. And yeah, so it's quite straightforward. I did 170 roughly. My maps are horrible. 160 miles. I used about 60% of total of a battery. Was driving all the time on the motorway speeds, was driving with a flow, with a traffic, using condition and everything. Now you can see that my battery shows 22%. Parked at home. Aircon still at 20%. Outside actually extremely lovely today, 27 degrees. So yeah, not an issue with anything. And yeah, so if you ever wondered but it is a standard daily commute with a electric car. There you are. You're leaving with 80%, you return back of roughly about 22%, 160 plus miles covered easily. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna plug in at home, and once I'm plugged in, I'm gonna charge during the night. In the morning I have to go to the same site again, the same route, the same distances, and I presume the same battery going back and forward.
The next day.
So, how much did it actually cost me all this commute trip of about 160 miles plus minus? How much did it cost me in charging? So I charge it at home. At home I have really good tariff, which is about 7 pence per kilowatt hour, so 7p per kilowatt hour. Now I have an app, well, it's called Tesla Mate. I'm storing the data, which Tesla Mate kind of pulls the data from the Tesla itself, and I can store it on my own server. So I can look at the data itself, and I can see that with my charges, once I return home, I actually added about, well, it's like, okay, it's 12, 25, and so it's 37 or 38, and another one, so it's 39, about 45, roughly 46 kilowatt hours. So the actual number I will just put here in the text below. So out of those 46 kilowatt hours, the overall cost for me, so if I put I kind of can I can look at some of the data here, how much it cost me last 24 hours. Cost per kilometer was 0.017 pence per kilometer, so it's a little bit above 2 pence per kilowatt hour. I totally added 40, I used 46, almost 47 kilowatt hours, and the power added, because of there is some losses in the charging, added 44 kilowatt hours to the car. So that total cost for it's £3 and 29 pence. So £3 29 pence. So if you look at euros or dollars, would be just a little bit above $4. So I have about 160 miles, and that cost me £3 and 29 pence. So that's the total cost of that driving back and forth with electric car when you're charging at home. 160 miles plus minus, and £3 and 29 pence in total cost of charging for electric usage. I don't think you can beat that. Thank you for joining into this video, and please press that like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.